everybody doing tonight? I'm Connor Twitty. I'm the environmental planner here with the town of Nags Head. Just going to go over a quick little presentation with you guys about the 2024-2025 sand relocation season. We're going to have a question, Q&A at the end. Just kind of put it out there now. Any nourishment questions, we'll do our best to answer, but that is more of a town engineer, which I do have some of his cards on the back table. So any big picture nourishment questions would probably be better for him, but we'll do our best and answer what you got. So just a quick run through, give a background on the program, how the authorization works, the rules and requirements. We're going to focus a little bit more on our cost share program this year. It's just to help reimburse the costs of this process all overall. Kind of then we're going to go over what we expect, and then like the follow up on how you kind of turn everything in and get your reimbursements. So yeah, background is just part of our camo major permit for the nourishment, and then we became the sand relocation program. You're allowed to be able to put some sand from your walkways around your houses, driveways, back on the beach to get you some relief from the windblown sand. Applications, we're going to open them up November 1st. You can keep that. Yeah, sorry. We're going to open up applications November 1st, so that way we can do our pre-site visits. And that way the contractors can get moving on November 15th when that opens up. That way they don't have to wait on us as much. It's a couple-day processing period. There's a couple of us that do this, but we do get backed up pretty quick when these first start flowing in. So give us a few days to process them. We'll contact the contractor when the applications come through, whether a homeowner does the application or the contractor. That's up to you guys. It's gonna minimize dune disturbance. Sand's gotta stay in the system. It can't be, taken from your house on the beach road to your neighbors up the road on the west side of the road. Can't really lower the dune mechanically. Can't do it to better views. That's not what the program is for. Same as last year, as years before. Homeowner or contractor can fill out the applications. If contractors, if you guys are asking or getting asked for quotes, please don't do the application, because we don't want to have a bunch of different applications for the same property. So make sure you have the job first before you go ahead and do the application. If anybody has questions, homeowners or contractors, for filling out the applications, please give myself or one of the other people that are going to be on the list later a call. We'll gladly help you with anything you need for the applications. We can email their authorization letters. It's all a free permit. It's a free application. So just be an authorization letter. We'll email it to you, the contractor directly. Can email it to the homeowner if they would like, and then or we can email them or print them out if you don't do emails. So that's just a quick picture of what the application looks like. What we're the information we're looking for. Obviously, we need property address, where it's going to be done, how much sand you're going to be moving, who's the contractor, stabilization you're going to be doing, just basic information. So anything over 1,000 square feet and 2,700 cubic yards of sand moving, stabilization is going to be required, whether it's sand fencing, the beach grass sprigs, sea oats, some sort of stabilization. You can do one or the other or both, but something is going to be required. Just an example of a sketch that kind of shows a little bit of everything of the moving and the planting. Don't expect everybody to be artists. Like I said, if you need help with drawings, I'd talk to your contractor and get them to help you best they can. Just kind of some of the basic rules. You can do 6 foot around any hardened structure. Houses, walkways, pool decks, gazebos, and you can go a foot below the bottom girder of the walkways, the houses, and things like that. Obviously, again, can't do it to lower the dune for views. Like I said, 1 foot below the walkovers, kind of do limited excavation of the dunes. Just some examples of what obviously this is a little older pictures, a couple from 2 years ago, kind of what we were seeing out there before the job was done. And it's kind of what we don't want to see is, all the trash in the dune. We'd like to have it be clean sand. Obviously, we get a little bit of while you're digging, if it's been buried in the dune. But if you can see it when you're moving it, if you just grab the trash when you're done, that way we can kind of keep it cleaner. Obviously stay within your property lines. You can see the kind of picture on the left, kind of crossed multiple property lines. We don't really want to see that. And then the picture with the circle, the sand fence, that sand fence is not to regulation. It's got to be 10-foot pieces at a 45-degree angle, about 7 foot apart. So those would be a little too close together. Just some more, examples of what we ran across the other day, or the other year. Obviously, you can pull the sand 6 foot off of that set of stairs. That way, they could be able to safely get out of their house or get into the house. Kind of just some pictures that we had of jobs that we thought really looked clean and nice, with the sprigging, and they have a nice path to be able to access the beach, and they're still cleaned off the stairs. And same with the sand fence. That was from, I think, end of last year. We had it was one of the turtles, so that's kind of why I guess the state has the regulations for the sand fence spacing. It's kind of just the quick rules of the authorization process. We're here Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5. Obviously, like I said, no beach pushing. It's just the parameters that we've been given. No really altering the dune shapes if much as possible, and then 30 foot from the normal high tide mark is kind of the farthest you can go back out on the beach. Obviously, a lot of that's all has already been said. Kind of had to come repeated a couple times. No lowering dune. Sand's got to be staying in the system. Same thing with that. It's if any vegetation has to be removed, if it's right next to a walkway, we'd like to have some of it put back, at least with the sand you're moving, stabilize that sand. And then there goes just a sand fence, the diagram that we have on our website. If anybody needs that, glad to send it to you. Maximum 10 foot from toe of the dune, 7 foot spacing, 10 foot sections, 45-degree angle to the ocean. Sprigging, we have a list of nurseries I can get anybody that needs them. We have planting guides, fertilize it. CO is obviously better in warmer weather, so your later spring, if you're planning on doing it moving early, November or not really early November, it's probably still warm then, but earlier in the sand moving season, I would do more beach grass than CO at that point. And then violations, depending on the violation, you get 3 minor ones, and then if the contractor we have consistent issues with, we will remove him from the recommendation list. If it goes more than that, then obviously both town and CAMA, the state, would be involved in those violations and result in fines and more serious actions be taken. Time frame, yeah, okay. So like I said, applications are open up November 1st. Moving can begin November 15th. We're going to open the cost share applications, because I forgot to update this today. The cost share applications are also going to open up the 1st, and those will go until June 23rd of 2025, and then all work must be done sand relocation wise by the 30th of April. And then, so for this program, it is Bonnet Street at beach access, south to town limits. North of Bonnet Street will be a CAMA maintenance and repair letter. Still a free letter. We just kind of got to process it a little different way. All right. I know it's a lot to read, and I apologize. There's just a lot of information to get on these slides. So every 3 years, you can get $3,500 to cover sand relocation and stabilization. So whether you do $3,000 towards relocation, $500 towards stabilization, $25 and $1,000 to break up, we just kind of need it broken down on an invoice to see what amount is for what. So you can get that every 3 years. You can get stabilization money every year. It's $1,000. You can't get them the same year, so you could get $35 for the 1 year, and then the years in between your 3 years, you can get the $1,000 to add more sand fence or beach grass. It covers materials and labor. If you get the money, no matter how much sand you move, stabilization is going to be a requirement, and that's something we will check before you can get your reimbursement. That's going to be a homeowner application. Talk to your contractor and see if as long as they offer stabilization, see what they're gonna put in for you. I'm sure they can give you the numbers of, sand fence or a rough estimate. Same thing, if you need help filling out that application, please give me or Miss Lily over there a call. One of us can help you fill that out. We did get $400,000 from the board this year. It's a first come, first serve, so if you're planning on doing any sand relocation this year, go ahead and apply now, and then if you don't, your money will be set aside for it, and if you don't use it, then you can use it again, you could apply for the 35 again the next year. Like I said, owners need to fill this one out because we need their mailing address where we're gonna mail their reimbursement check to. There's a W-9, make sure you're on the website, make sure the check matches the W-9. Because we had a couple issues where it was LLCs and businesses on the check, but then it was a personal W-9. We need them to match so that way for, I guess, our tax records, we can, handle that. But we would need the W-9 filled out, the invoice from your contractor, proof of payment can kind of be in a lot of different forms, whether it's bank statement, canceled check. We've done Venmo transaction histories. Pretty much anything that shows that you paid your contractor is what we need. And then if your contractor, you're moving your sand, does not offer stabilization, you're gonna have to find a different company, or if you want to put the sand fence or the sprigs in yourself, we just need the receipts from if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever nursery you're buying the plants from, those count too. So turn everything in you have, and we can reimburse you for up to $3,500 for both, or up to $1,000 just for the stabilization. Kind of all the same thing. Like I said, if second contractors, make sure we have invoices for everybody. Make sure, and then we do need the property address on the invoices to make, and that way we know the work was done at that property. And then there's just a little bit of the inspections and the fines, and like I said, all the machines have to be off the beach by April 30th. So any of the stabilization can be done afterwards until that's done for the grant or for the cost share. We need all the paperwork turned in by the 23rd. That's kind of the end of our fiscal year, so we need to be sure you guys can get paid before the budgets roll over. And then we maintain a contractor list. That's one of the main reasons we're doing this meeting tonight. We have quite a few contractors in this room. The list is getting updated in the back. That's why we have them sign in. We keep it, try to do it every year. Has phone numbers, emails. If anybody needs that, please just contact me and I can get it forwarded to you. Obviously, 3 violations, like we said earlier, we'll get them removed from the list. And then obviously we can't make specific recommendations, which is why we have said list. There's just our contact informations. I got myself, I do, like I said, both sand relocation and the cost share. Miss Lily is more on the cost share. Greg over here is gonna do the sand relocation, and Chris can kind of help out wherever we need them. And I have everybody's cards here on the back table if anybody would like one when they leave.